Brothers here.
Bubbled, you can warp to Pippin.
Okay, jump the wormhole, warp to Pippin the Hobbit. 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 Spread fighters, spread evil on the fighters, guys. Spread evil on the fighters. Let's get some more focused void bombs into him. Bookmark the wormhole, good shout. Bookmark the wormhole, warp to Pippin the Hobbit. He has W up in fleet, please.
Yeah, wormholes in the bottommost.
Put evil on the fighters, guys. Evil on the fighters, and let's get some FEBs into him.
Falcon's landing.
Falcon primary. There's a Falcon.
Oh, friendly.
Okay. Again, guys, if we have a mobile silo in here, drop one. Any Falcon, MTU is actually primary, but if you see any recon not on grid that's not in fleet, automatically primary. Automatically primary if you see any beacon not on grid. Let's get set up and focus wave bombs. Get out of the bubble. Get out of the bubble. Put E-War on the fighters if there's any out. That MTU is 60 kilometers off. Rip. Someone's shooting it. Very good. Let's get some FEB set up, guys. You need to burn out for FEB range. He's tanky motherfucker. Guys, get out of the bubble, focus on FEBs, focus on the fighters if you have any.
You might need to point him. That last bubble's not great.
Okay, guys, you might need to point him. You might need to point him. There's a good few focused wave bombs. That's good. That's good with the focused wave bombs. That's really good with the focused wave bombs. You might need to burn in again and start pointing him again, guys. I'm sorry, we might have some extra backup. Fighters are out. Put E-War on those fighters. Put E-War on those fighters.
Burn in him, burn in him.
Burn at him, point him. Burn in him, point him. Burn in, point him, guys. Point him, point him, point him. He's almost out of the bubble, so we need to hold him down. We might have some extra backup coming in just a minute. The main thing is we need to hold him down for this time being, though.
Okay, there we go. He should be bubbled now.
Okay, so
he should be
burn
dry.
out of the bubble, guys. Burn out of the bubbles again. Burn out of the bubbles. Burn out of the bubbles. Make sure you've got E-War on those fighters. Do we have... yeah, carry on with the focused wave bombs. That's pretty good focused wave bombs.
Yeah, 3 minutes, he said.
Okay, guys, we've got about 3-4 minutes of holding grid.
His hardeners are down?
Yep, hardeners are down, starts overheating a little bit. We've got 3-4 minutes of holding grid, guys. 3-4 minutes maximum holding grid, then the cavalry is going to arrive. So spread E-War on these fighters, make sure you are putting DPS into him, make sure you're focusing, using some few focused wave bombs at him. Manage your overheat, we've got another 4 minutes of this, 3 minutes of this at the very least. We need some more focused wave bombs, please. Beacons, watch out for these fighters, they might be going after you. You've caught them. Watch your hits, guys. If you start to see Manticore, that's friendly. Manticore is friendly. Manticore is friendly. That Manticore is friendly. That Manticore is friendly. Do not shoot that Manticore. That Manticore is friendly. So basically, he's going to light the Sino, and everything on grid is going to be friendly, other than this hell in a minute. So make sure you are only shooting what I call out, guys. Make sure you're only shooting what I call out. Yep, still look for that recon Sino though. You need to make sure you have Con D and looking for that recon Sino. That Manticore is friendly. Make sure you are within weapons range, make sure you are lining out. That's some good FEBs, make sure you're getting ready to overheat. I don't know what his cap is like, my tune that is in the wormhole.
How is the last bubble?
Not too long. I'm trying to bubble again. I'm burning in.
Yep, you see the interdictor. That's a good bubble. That's a reasonably good bubble. Yep, that's fine. Guys, no one should be locking that manticore. No one please lock that manticore. Let that manticore cloak up.
Just invite him to
Please.
fleet. Invite him to fleet.
No,
No, he's in a different fleet.
He's in a fleet. You need to no one should lock that manticore, please. Let that manticore cloak up. Good job with those focused wave bombs. We need to keep an eye out for that recon still. Line out. That's a covert sign. Okay, friendly. These are friendly, guys. These are going to be friendly bombers. If it's a bomber, it's going to be friendly. If it's a bomber, these recons, that's a friendly Razu as well. Anything, you're looking for Condi recons. If it's a Condi recon, then shoot it. If it's not Condi, do not shoot it. If it is not Condi in the alliance sticker, do not shoot it. Just focus everything on this hell. Focus everything on this hell, align out.
Marshy said kill the Sino and hip. Kill the Sino and hip. He's gonna bring some firepower.
Goon Saber.
Yep, Goon Saber, guys. Primaries, that Saber, Goon Saber. Primaries, Goon Saber. I've just bubbled up. Primaries, this Saber here. Broadcasting target. Broadcasting target of Goon Saber. That just signed up.
Goon second Saber broadcast this.
Yep, broadcast this stuff now, guys. Broadcast only, please. Incoming cows and everything like that. They are landing on a ping. Oh, they're signing on a ping. Overheat, guys, a line out. Overheat, a line out. Overheat, line out. Overheat, line out. They're going to start bubbling. Warp off, warp off, warp off, warp off, warp off. Warp off. They're going to start bubbling and getting the rest of the fleet. Warp off, we'll come back. We need a ping on this grid ASAP.
I mean, I'm sitting right out of the bubbles. Yeah, I think everybody's pulling.
Yep, pull off, warp off, guys. Cloak up, warp off. Cloak up, warp off. Get back onto the wormhole. Get back onto the wormhole. Warp off, cloak up. Get back onto the wormhole. Yep, get back onto the wormhole. Warp up. You got fleet bookmarks, guys. Get back onto the wormhole. Rollers, let's have 2 of you out hot, please. Rollers, 2 out hot. Guys, you should get back in. Link your losses if you got any. We don't have a blocks. We don't have the blocks here. We're not just starting to roll. They already know our system as well. So I'd rather just leave it and they can take it.
Flops is on warp to the Dirty Natty Bar.
Hello capsuleers, this is Aspin, and I'm going to do a bit of a commentary for anybody who just watched this video and has no idea what happened, or if you're new to the game and have never been in a Bombers Bar fleet and would like to join one soon, then I'll help you get an idea of exactly what's going on in this video. So this is an Armada fleet, which means we are staged within a wormhole. In order to find targets, Bombers Bar will continually roll the connection from the wormhole 745 into nullsec and then hunt the area. So that's why here we're about to jump through the wormhole and the FC is telling us to warp to Pippin, which is one of the hunters. Typically when we jump the wormhole, the next step is to take a Black's Op bridge over to where the hunters have found a target. In this case, the target happens to be in the exact same system, so we're going to warp directly to the hunter.
And let's get some FEBs into him.
Almost immediately after I land, you'll see I zoom out. I'm looking for a diamond circled by green. That's basically an anomaly or something I can warp to, so I'm going to align out of the bubbles towards something that I can warp to, which is typically some anomaly. If you right click on them, you can see what the anomaly is, and you can just bring up the menu and then align to, and you can see my ship heads towards that anomaly. If I'm aligned to that anomaly, when I click warp, its warp is going to kick in much faster and I can get away quicker. See that graphic of the bubble, that blue shiny bubble? Those bubbles prevent anything that is within that bubble from warping away. So you hear the FC say to get out of the bubble, and that just means that the bombers are going to try and stay outside of that sphere to ensure that they can warp away if they get into trouble.
Guys, get out of the bubble, focus on FEBs, focus on the fighters if you have any.
You might need to point him. that last bubble's not great.
Focus void bomb range is 30 kilometers. So what I'm doing here is I'm burning away from the hell, and when I get far enough, I'm going to turn back into the hell and approach it. Now I want to be a good 40 kilometers away before I turn back in. Now, you don't have to be 40 kilometers away, it's really up to what you're comfortable with, but I like to have a good 10 kilometer runway to make sure I'm pointed directly at the hell when I tick down to 30 kilometers and fire my focus void bomb. So my range is ticking down from 33 to 30. As soon as I hit 30, I'm going to click on the focus void bomb and you'll see it launch, and then I'm going to turn away as soon as I can. The risk of a bombing run is that your bomber, while it's approaching the target, has no transversal. So you're at your most vulnerable point when you're on a bombing run. So you don't want to be, coming in from too far away, like say 60 kilometers. You want to be coming in at, say, 40, 35, 40 kilometers, but you have to ensure that when you let go of that bomb, you are pointed directly at the target, because the bomb is going to follow the direction your ship is in, and then you want to turn away as soon as you can. Now my bombing run is done, and I'm aligned outside the bubbles. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and find a fighter to put electronic warfare on, to try and disrupt them from attacking. Now, if you know what kind of turrets the different fighters have, you can pick which EWAR to put on. I tend to throw on both EWAR modules just to be sure. There's a lot of stuff going on, so sometimes if I'm in a panic, I'm just going to target the closest fighter and put both my EWAR modules on them. But usually I won't do that until after I've done a bombing run, or until such a time when I'm just aligned out and there's not a lot of other things going on. Sometimes you'll notice I'll actually remove the HUD from the screen and zoom into the target. This is purely for the benefit of the viewer when I'm recording videos. I don't recommend you do this when you're in a bombing fleet, if you're with Bombers Bar. This is very, very risky, and you'll see I'll first of all get rid of the HUD, and then quickly turn it back on to see if anything's targeting me. And in that small amount of time, there is a chance that I get locked up and blapped, because my bomber is paper thin. But like I say, this is just for the benefit of the recording.
So basically he's going to light the Sino, and everything on grid is going to be friendly other than this hell in a minute. So make sure you are only shooting what I call out, guys. Make sure you're only shooting what I call out. Yep,
this gives me a heart attack every time it happens. This is a bug in the game. What happened was the fighter that I was targeting was destroyed, and all the EWAR that was on that fighter, the animation transfers to my ship, but I'm not actually getting hit in this case. But trust me, the first time you see this, you will probably freak out. It is just a bug in the animation. You can safely ignore this. So here I make a major mistake. I'm actually lined up for another bomb run, but my launcher is not ready to launch, and you can see is the warning is going to tell me that I was unable to launch the bomb.
Yep, you see the interdictor, that's a good bubble.
When I realize my mistake, I immediately try and align away.
Guys, no one should be locking that manticore. No one please lock that manticore. Let that manticore cloak up.
Just invite him to fleet. Invite him to fleet.
No, he's in a different fleet.
He's in a different fleet. You need to...
So what's happened here is we've contacted another fleet to come and help us, because the hell is very tanky, and we only have probably between 50 and 60 bombers. We need a whole lot more bombers to come in here to actually break his tank and destroy that hell. So the manticore that the FC is talking about is going to light a Sino, and then that's going to bring in a whole other fleet to come help us.
Anything you're looking for Condi Vicons. If it's a Condi Vicon, then shoot it.
So you can see my HUD is really optimized for recording. It's not how you should probably have your HUD. And now my combat overview is just flooded with things, so I can't really tell who is who. I can look at the alliance ticker, which the FC just let us know which alliance is friendly, but I'm going to focus on just keeping the hell targeted, and with so many things on grid, I might not see when something targets me. So I'm very much in a panic state right now, and I'm going to start a line out, and you'll see I focus less on making the video look pretty and more on making sure I have a warp out. It's also worth noting when I warp away from combat towards an anomaly, I warp to it at about 100 or 75 or 50, not at 0, because I don't want to land inside the anomaly and risk being attacked by rats.
Warp off. They're going to start bubbling and getting the rest of the fleet.
So you might be thinking to yourself at this point, why does Bombers Bar run away so quickly from a fight? Because the doctrine we run with lots of paper-thin bombers, as soon as there are sabers on the field bubbling, our bombers are very easy picking. So we're spreading out quite a bit already to try and make it difficult for sabers to bubble us. But with all these sabers coming in, odds are our bombers are not going to last long. So at this point, the FC makes the right call that we should retreat. The FC here is responsible for 50 to 70 pilots that aren't in his corporation, and he's trying to ensure that many of us survive. So we tend to bug out very quickly when we see lots of sabers landing and lots of threats to the bombers.
Guys, you should get back in, link your losses if you got any.
Here, Bombers Bar retreats back to the wormhole, and once we get in, we're going to roll the hole again and try and find a new target. Because we didn't lose very many bombers here, even though we didn't get a kill, we're ready to go on the next target right away. So we can go through, a dozen or 2 dozen wormholes within a single fleet without hopefully taking too many losses, so we can keep going to the next one. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy this sort of content, please subscribe. I'm going to be putting out a video every week, or at least every time I join a Bombers Bar fleet. And if you have any recommendations or comments, feel free to please put them in below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So again, thank you for watching and fly safe.